20 years ago, when I discovered and brought direct game to the community, I forgot to do one very important thing. I forgot to set standards, what it is direct game and how it is played properly. And because of it, today, dating coaches around the planet Earth and dating companies are freestyling on direct game, and they are creating fucked up versions of direct game. Therefore, I'm presenting you the golden standards of direct game. When I joined the community 20 years ago, it was all indirect. They were all bunch of these kind of scripts, routines that you had to learn to memorize how to talk with girls, kind of how to make her smile. There was a routine for that, how to create attraction, how to kind of slowly kind of turn her on, and plus all of that, all this kind of bunch of scripts you had to learn and memorize and routines. It was all under the radar, don't touch her, don't show any interest, kind of be disinterested. You don't want her, you don't want sex with her, you don't want anything with her. It was a mess. And, that was the status of the seduction community when I came in. It was 300% indirect, all the guys not showing any interest into the girls, not being hey, I like you, I want you, I need you. It was all in the gloves. It was all under the table, under the radar, as they call it, kind of playing, kind of being a gay. That was kind of back in the days, kind of gay routines. You don't want her, you don't need her, And I'm like, okay, let me try. Maybe they know something I don't know. So I took it for a test, couple of weeks. And unfortunately, or actually fortunately for the world, it did not work for me. Did not work well at all for me, because I was never a guy who was memorizing lots of scripts, lots of school, memorizing recipe, kind of things, in my mind. I was always more kind of freestyler, speaking my mind, direct to the point. If I want something, I go there and take it, and that's kind of in my nature. And so, kind of how the best things actually happens spontaneously, I did not plan to kind of invent direct game, it just actually happened accidentally. One of the best discoveries in the world, electricity and things, they happen, lots of them, they happen, through some test experiments, accidental, discoveries. Same thing with direct game. So this is now the true story how direct game was discovered. So I went out one of the nights, weekend, alone, Friday, Saturday, to one of the clubs. I actually remember the club. I remember this scene like it was yesterday. So I had this amazing opener that I was using a lot. It was kind of semi-direct. So I would approach a girl, hey, let me ask you something. You see that girl, that blonde girl over there? I really, really like her. Tell me, how should I approach her? Kind of give me some tips, what will work on her, And then, partially, yeah, it was that fucked up mindset from indirect game, do not show attention, which was stupid. And partially me discovering, kind of good ways how the girls think, what they want, kind of how they like to be approached. So it was partially research, partially indirect, And so this night happened. This was my favorite opener for a couple of months, maybe 6 months or something, And so this girl, she was like, go there and tell her, I like you and I want to get to know you. That works for all the girls. I'm like, seriously? Just like that, hey, I like you and I want to get... She's like, just like that, go and tell her, that you like her and you want to get to know her and ask her for the name. I'm like, okay, stay here and watch. I'm going there. So I went there, and girls love this. It's a drama opener. Now they're all watching, what's gonna happen. It's like a reality show for them. And I still use it from time to time, just for sake of it. So I went there, tap on the shoulder to this girl. She turned around, I'm like, you know what? I like you. I want to get to know you. What's your name? And girl was like, wow, oh my God, my name is, Martina, Jessica, whatever, Christina. And, attraction to the roof. with that moment, that this was totally contra community, because community said you need to spend, I don't know, 5-10 minutes of routines, do these maneuvers, not show interest, to create attraction. And I was like, wow, within one sentence, 3 seconds, in the opener, I have attraction more than, with indirect game for like a 15-20 minutes. So I spoke with a girl, I got her number, I came back, and I'm like, you know what? You're a genius. I'm taking you for a drink. I own your drink. So I took this girl, took her to the bar for a drink, spent some time here, got her number as well, and I came home, I'm like, oh, fuck. There is something there, like I need to try it again. So I went back next weekend to try it more. Can you imagine that this approach changed the whole world of seduction and dating? He's a bad boy. This was the birth of direct game. This is how it all started 20 years ago. Yeah, that's true. It was a miracle it happened. So basically what happened next was I realized I was on something. I was on something gold. So basically I went back every weekend, and I think I worked on it like around 2 years on the whole concept of direct game. I don't think anybody has put that much energy and effort. That was my bread and butter. I was like, okay, I need to figure it out, why this works, how it works. So I tested it in a nightclubs, dance floor, for sexual, for relationship, to create, fuck buddies. I took it to the day game. I took it to kind of bars, clubs, you name it, like concerts. I went through all of it, mixed sets, lots of girls, solo girls, 9s, 10s. I give it a shot and I created a perfect kind of game plan that works everywhere amazingly. And yes, therefore, there is something. At the beginning, the whole community was like, no, this cannot be true. You have to be indirect. All of it, basically, mystery, RSD, everybody, the whole, we call them the fortress of, of indirect game. They're the kind of hardcore, eventually all of them switched to direct game because they realized it's a faster, it's, easier to teach, has better results, and you can get results really, really fast. So I think it took them around 4 or 5 years to catch up and to understand. Eventually, the whole community, dating, seduction companies, pickup companies, moved from indirect to direct. Because of this problem, let's now spend some time and create and explain the golden standards. Let's set the golden standards of direct game, how it is performed, how it is played, element by element. In indirect game, opener is used just to create conversation, to approach and to start conversation with a stranger. In direct game, opener is used to start conversation, set the frame, direct frame, that means I want you, which basically comes from inner game, and to create attraction. The result of a good opening line, good direct opener, is attraction. Girl is gonna be into you. There is immediately wow, girl playing with her hair, she's like, wow, I like this guy. Because within your approach, you are conveying lots of things. And this is proper direct game opener. When it conveys dominance, power, sexuality, confidence, I am choosing you, which is the most important element. What majority of the guys did, they just placed direct opener in front of indirect game. So their mindset, their game is still indirect, just the opener is direct. And unfortunately, that doesn't work that well. Yes, that is so true. See, the problem is that lots of guys, they're still trying to run this direct game with inner game mindset. And they are fucking up delivery of direct game, of direct opening. They're still, when you approach this girl, your direct opening line should have this message incorporated. And the message that you sub-communicate is, I am choosing you to be my girl. Okay? And what whole indirect insecure mindset is like, so she's up there and you're down there and you approach, hey, can I please talk with you? And then you run your game, your push-pull, your attraction material to kind of climb up, so hoping she will like you. You cannot run this kind of game indirect. Basically, when you're running direct game. Like that's kind of indirect game and it's indirect mindset. Direct mindset is direct opening. What you're trying to convey with the opener is I am choosing you. That it should be incorporated into your approach. Because that mindset, that inner game, that mindset, and basically that delivery will create attraction, will create dominance, will basically set the frame. This guy is above me, okay, let me be passive, And that's why, basically, if you run the proper direct game, you're not gonna come across bitch shields, kind of girls being bitchy, because it's all about power level. You have more power over her. If you communicate, you're kind of weaker, you are down there, of course she's gonna be bitchy, because, she's in a position of dominance of the power. So she can be like, okay, run away. She can play from it. But if you reverse the table and you start from the top to the bottom, so I would say this is the biggest difference between indirect and direct game. It is you're coming from the situation, basically from a status of the power, and you're approaching her down there in your mind. Because if you put a girl on a pedestal, she's gonna be there. She will like that pedestal. And then you need to climb up, you need to do everything to kind of set her down. So within the opening, powerful opening, basically your openers will be the most powerful when you're gonna be able to incorporate, and this is the first rule of direct game, basically the first golden standard rule of direct game. If the opener does not have this message, I am choosing you, it's not direct game. It's simple as that. You're still playing in there. If you come there, hey, I came here because I saw you from this, and then, I would like to maybe this. It's not direct game. And I like, it's still indirect, insecure mindset that you're conveying there. So your inner game, your mindset and your words should be congruent. When the message is congruent, these two channels, your verbal and your non-verbal, then your basically direct opening will have the most impact, and then you're gonna create amazing attraction.
You can feel that he's not lying, because if the energy, everything is about the energy and about the vibe, because I think the energy never lies. Mm-hmm. You get the whole image of somebody, how he approaches you, how he, I don't know, if he chooses you, you can feel that by the language of his body.
And this is the beautiful part about direct game, because in indirect, you need to spend 15-20 minutes on just creating attraction, creating that feeling that girl likes you. That butterflies in the stomach, whatever they call it, okay? So within direct game, you can create this in a split second. On the first sentence, you can set, she's attracted to me because I am this guy. I'm confident, dominant, sexual, everything else. I am that guy, that awesome guy. And I choose you, I like you. You are so damn good. Who are you? What's your name? There's a way how you can basically boost up your opener to having more attraction, which I'm going to give you in tips and tricks section later on. But for now, try to kind of focus that your opener, but when you approach a girl, what you should say is like, hey, you know what? I like you. Who are you? What's your name? I want to get to know you. And, but that opener can go from, I want to get to know you to, I want to have sex with you. So they're all variations. It's still direct, but basically you need to kind of, which is the layer section, calibrate which girl is for what, and basically how you're gonna deliver that, and I have done this, going from, hey, if I'm looking for a relationship for something, she's more kind of emotional type of a girl, of course it's gonna be more like, I don't know why, but I really like you, you're so cute, and I want to get to know you, who are you, what's your name, If it is something very sexual, it's going to be something much more sexual in terms of direct game. So, but still, the message is the same. You are choosing her. You are up, she's down, not other way around,
And
like
this
in some other
is
games.
the proper structure of direct opener. As well, the second rule of direct game. And the structure is very simple. It's following. Approach with a compliment. Deliver a compliment based on her looks, appearance, energy. Find something that you are attracted to, that you are genuinely attracted to. And then follow up with an intent. So it's a compliment plus intent. Intent is, I want to get to know you better. I would like to say hi. I want to take you for a drink. I want to talk with you. Whatever your intent is, I want to take you home. Say it. And this way, you are setting up the proper, clear, honest, and direct frame.
This is the most important thing you have to know about the opening. Openings have to be strong, dominant, and if you convey that, not aggressive, dominant. And if you dominant and smooth, and if you're aggressive, it's gonna create resistance. But if you're dominant and smooth and sexual, it's gonna cause attraction. This is very simple how it works, and it always works no matter on situation. So now let's move to the next thing, and that is transitions.
So what happens after direct approach? After you start the conversation, so you delivered your opener, and let's say your opener was like something like, you know what, you are exactly my type of a girl I'm looking for. Who are you? What's your name? Which is one of my favorite openers right today. And really straight to the point, straightforward, like it works like a nuke, really like, it's boom, creates lots of attraction because you are, I choose you, I like you. And what after that? You have attraction, girl is playing with her hair, smiling, give a handshake. You have two options. Number one is tell a story about yourself, like a 15-20 seconds of story, and then transition conversation to her. So a little bit about yourself. My name is this, I'm from blah, 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 and I was here, blah, blah, blah. By the way, okay, you like this music, you open the first topic. So this is one of my default ways. Second way, you can notice something about her. False assumption or true assumption. Oh, I see you dressed like this. I would say you listen hip-hop or R&B. She's like, oh, no, I listen this, and then bam, you are inside. So this is kind of easy way to enter inside the conversation. Very smooth, very easy, like, false assumption or true assumption, like, you seem like a girl who blah, something. And this is the easiest way to basically stay within the frame, and the frame of direct game is I like you and I wanna get to know you. So I like you, I'm choosing you, and I wanna get to know you. So you're still staying within the frame. And this is the most important. Direct game doesn't end with the opener. It stays after the opener. And that's really important, what the other guy was talking about.
I wonder, what's your favorite direct opener? Please write it in the comments below. Thanks.
The inner game segment of direct game is really important. Actually, it's much more important than in indirect game. Why? Because here it's through you connecting with a true her. You're being very honest, very transparent, very direct. Like, you approach a girl and you tell her, I like you, I want to get to know you. Who are you? So it's you connecting, through you connecting with a true her. There is no faking it, like, trying to make it look everything pink is nice and then you're kind of fucked up. But actually you're being very, very honest with this approach. Lots of your inner game will be projected. Who are you? And you should have some good level of inner game, some basic, confidence, dominance, stability to perform good approach, good direct approach from beginning till end. But one thing you have to understand is that there is no frame change. And this is really important. You cannot be changing frames within the approach. So if you started with direct approach, you cannot now go to indirect game, kind of run push-pull, teasings, challenges, and other way to create attraction, other way to say, I don't want you, I don't need you, you hunt me. So it's a frame change, and it's gonna be incongruent with the first initial opener that you created. And this brings us to the third rule of direct game, which is there is no switching back to indirect. So once you approach with direct, once you create a direct frame, there is no switching back to indirect. Which takes us to the middle game. And middle game is actually where the game is being played. Lots of guys, they're trying to get laid with the opener. No, opener will create attraction, opener will set a frame, opener will tell a lot about you. But opener is not gonna get a girl. So it's like surfing the waves, with this opener you create this kind of huge wave of attraction that you now need to surf and stay on it, not fall down. So girl likes you, everything is going well, now just give her what she needs and don't fuck it up. So this is basically what middle game is. Basically, middle game is consisted of two different energies, two different things. So now, in the middle, she needs to know more about you. She needs to know that you are normal, your job, get to know you a little bit, your hobbies, and you need to maintain that sexual energy that you created. So it's two things. Building connection, as we call it, in my school, TCC, trust, comfort, connection. And in other hand, you are basically continuing riding this wave and pushing it more, like this kind of energy that you created. Basically, you need sexual tension. So you're kind of putting more wood on this kind of fire that you started. And because this is what basically sexual energy is. You started a fire on basically direct approach, on direct opener. You started a fire, now you need to every 3-4 minutes throw in a wood on that fire so the fire doesn't burn out. So it still has a fuel to continue running the fire. So what we do is you open 5-6 topics, you're going basically conversational there. You are getting to know her, she's getting to know you. So music, sports, hobbies, childhood, travel. 5 very simple topics. You can add food and drinks. That gives 7 topics, relationships, and that's it. Stay within these 8 topics. That's enough for natural, direct, conversational connection between you and the girl. And then every 3-4 minutes, when you see attraction energy, basically sexual energy is falling down, you go in and you do a little bit of dirty talk. Baby, you know what? Those legs, I really like those high heels. I will remove everything from you, but these heels, that's high heels. I really like high heels. I would remove everything from you, but those heels, they will stay on. To kind of create this imagination of two of you doing something. So within 5-6 iterations of this, repetitions of this, what's going to happen is her mind will start creating pictures and images and sounds of two of you.
Because it kills boredom in conversation. And that kind of situations make me more interested in the guy. And it makes me horny, of course. So yeah, that's the thing you have to do when you like to have sex with a girl.
You are actually creating images, sounds, again, golden standard of the reg game. First sex that happens between you and the girl happens in her mind. When you're still there in the club, in the bar, or in a cafe.
I think it's really, really, really interesting and really sexual when you're surrounded by people and you are hearing those words from a guy that you actually like, and it's kind of
he's whispering you something naughty,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
If she didn't process it inside her mind and the body, it's not going to happen in a real life. So your job is to create this sexual energy, sexual ideas. So when it comes to the end game is just let's go. Everything is already clear. You don't need negotiation. Hey, let's go home so you can see my goldfish, or I'm gonna do something, let's, Netflix and chill. It's very clear why are you going home, why are you gonna see each other next time. Because you have done this in the middle game. So that's why there is no frame changing after the approach to the middle game. It's still the same. Still, I like you, I want you, two of us together. It's that simple. Remember this very important mindset. You want her, but you don't need her. In order for you to understand the true power of direct game, why girls love it, and girls, trust me, girls love direct game. They love to be approached in this direct, honest, dominant, natural way. You will understand that once you understand female mindset and female lifestyle, basically, and their fantasy. Because direct game is actually lying on top of their fantasy. You are fulfilling what she's whole point, why she's going out, whole point of her existence. Like, it's very simple. When she's going out, when a beautiful girl is going out, she goes through a torture, through a ritual of 2 up to 4 hours of preparing herself to go out. Makeup, hair, shower, nails, what to dress, high heels combination. It takes 2, 3, 4 hours.
For club, 4 or 5 hours at least.
And you, Sarah?
Well, I would say around 2 hours. If I want to look really nice, it will take me 2 hours to get ready. That's like 45 minutes to do my makeup because I want to be perfect. And to do my hair, I don't have long hair, so it doesn't take a long time. And mostly it's about what will I dress.
To look as beautiful as she can, so she can attract as many traffic, as much guys as possible to come to her, to choose her, so she can then eventually filter out and choose that one, best one, who is gonna go home with her or for a relationship. So her mindset is, I'm gonna look beautiful, so I will attract the best guys who not just want to have sex with me, but who wants actually to get to know me, stay with me, be in a relationship. Now, this is the agenda. Different. Some girls, they're looking for a boyfriend, for some kind of a relationship, to have somebody in life because they are lonely, single. And then some girls, they just want casual, one-night adventure. You have to be smart to recognize which one she is and then integrate that into your opener. That's the beauty and the power of direct game. You can actually...
No, girls that won't have sex likes direct approach. Tell her something, whisper something sexy on her ear and tell me I want you, and be a beast. Girls like it.
Like in indirect game, back in the days, guys will spend like 5, 6, 7 hours talking with a girl and she's out there in a club for one thing only. It's stupid, within 15, 20 minutes you can take her home and finish the deal. So the beauty the beauty of direct game is, look how aligned is this to their fantasy. You approach her and you say, you know what? I really like you. Or you can say, you are so damn sexy. I like you. I want to get to know you better. Who are you? What's your name? It is exactly aligned with her dreams. What I said within approach is, from all the girls in a club, I choose you. And because of the looks, so basically, your looks, I'm appreciating your beauty and the time and effort and energy you put into your beauty. And that's what got me here. Got me to approach you, but now I want to get to know you. Who are you? What's your name? So it's perfect. It's 100% aligned with their dreams. Their dreams is, I want a guy, majority of the girls, I want a guy.
Because I think it's really important for a girl to not to feel like she's just for a sex.
But I hope he wants to get to know me. He wants, kind of to be with me. Discover my amazing personality. That's what I want. And this is perfectly aligned with that fantasy. So this direct game is delivering their fantasy. Like, I like you. I want to get to know you. Who are you? What's the name? Or you can, if she notices she's there for a reason, for other reason, then you're gonna change the words. You go like, you know what? You are so damn sexy, and I so wanna with you. What's the name? Basically, with kind of doing you're actually saying, you're projecting sexual things, and she'll pick up that, and without saying F word, which sometimes can be triggered as a bad. You can do it as well. I prefer to play it safe, because sometimes I had a kind of, you said this, like what? So it's really simple. But yeah, that's why that is the power of direct game. It's perfectly aligned with their fantasy. That's why girls respond very well when you can. When approach is not creepy, it's not fucked up, it's not kind of, nervous. When you do everything perfect, like, kind of opening, turning around, delivering that sentence, she will just melt. Because it's exactly what she was dreaming about, what she was thinking when she was putting the makeup back home, somebody to meet. Basically, all of that effort paid off. Because somebody came to her, normal, cute guy, interesting, dominant, sexual, direct, and he wants to talk with her, he wants to get to know her. And then, of course, you little bit talk with her, get to know her. You go to play proper middle game, some sexual connection, and then she starts cooking, and then you do whatever you want with her later on. It's that simple. First trick that I can give to you is there is a way to boost up, to amp up the power, the attraction on the opener, that wow effect. Wow, I love this. And you can achieve this. Majority of the guys, when they are delivering direct, they just come with the words. They just come like, hey, you're so sexy and I like you. Who are you? What's your name? That's great. If you want to boost it up, you want more power, you want more energy, you want more explosion, more attraction back on that delivery, then add physical component into the opener. And this is the core of what I teach, the core of my method, the core actually how direct game was designed back in the days. And it still today works amazing. And we integrated physical components. First you open with your body language, which is dominant, which is projecting with dominance power, like you're turning girl around, you are opening, as you're gonna see in examples. And then when you turn them around, you deliver the verbal opener. So you have now the two channels. You have the body language channel and the verbal channel. So like non-verbal and verbal congruent, saying the same thing. I'm confident, I'm dominant, I'm sexual, I'm direct. And of course, adding this level will amp up, will boost up, will create additional level of attraction. It's a really amazing way to boost it up. Try it. Can you still be direct when your target girl, the girl that you like, is in part of a big group? She's with 2-3 girls. Can you still approach direct? Yes. If there's a group, you go there, hands around the whole group, approach the whole group, open the whole group. You girls are so damn sexy. Tonight, who are you? What are your names? And then you approach the whole group. Or you can do, if it's a bigger group, you don't need to approach all 7 girls. You go to the direct. That's the beautiful part of direct game. You go directly to the girl that you like. Tap, turn her around, and deliver the opener directly to her. You speak only with her, and then later in the middle game, you start taking care of her friends, taking care of preparing the logistics to isolate and to take her away from the group. But first you approach, in this, my preferred way, approach directly that girl, and then take care of the friends later, take care of the problems. Sometimes friends can be problems, sometimes friends will be on your side. Not by default. That, again, important part of direct game. The friends are not always the obstacles. You can make friends to work for you. That's the beautiful part about direct game as well. But it's kind of more advanced things. You can learn more about that in a Life Academy, how to handle, take care of the friends, and how to get them on your side. Can you be sexual? Can you run dirty talk during the day game? Yes, you can. Not, of course, like in a club. There are some countries where you can do club game approach, that this kind of direct club game on the street during the summer, some party places, yes. But if you're in some normal town like city, you need to tune it down. So basically you need to calibrate more, tune down sexual vibe, and be more focused on connecting. Kind of instead of saying sexy, you can say cute. You're so damn cute. Or basically, my default way for direct day game is I'll say stop. Kind of stop her when she's walking, and then I don't know why.
Who are you? What's your name?
But I really like you. Who are you? What's your name? I don't know why, but I really like you. Who are you? What's your name? Works very well. Deliver with a smile, with a good body language, positive energy. It works like a magic. So just kind of tune it down. It's going to use your social intelligence, use your emotional intelligence. Every different place, every environment has a different energy, different amount of sexual energy is okay, is allowed to produce. Some places more, some places less. So be careful on the social norms so you don't end up in a problem. Don't be stupid guy going around grabbing girls for asses and, don't be that guy. The better you look, the more attractive you are, the better the direct game will work for you, or the less rejections you will get. Dressing style, fitness level, how handsome you are, perfume, you shaved, you clean cut, the better you dress, the less rejections you will get, Why is that? It's very simple. Very simple mathematics, actually. In indirect game, everything is slower. And, you are giving a girl 15, 20 minutes, half an hour to decide. Does she like you, she doesn't like you? Will she go home or she won't go home with you? In direct game, that decision-making process happens within split second. 2 seconds, yes, no, I like him, I don't like him. So the first thing that's, kind of against you, like, I don't know, you have something is wrong on your face, on your hair, like, you don't smell right, you didn't shower, your shirt is not sexy, you don't look good, you're giving her reasons to reject you. Physical reasons to reject you. So, very, very easy, very fast. So, idea is, if you want to amp up your, kind of success rate on direct game, you should spend some time on, on your appearance, on your first impression. Take care of that. This way you're going to minimize the amount of rejections. That's a really easy way. Why? Because you are really giving a girl to decide, she doesn't know anything about you. She has to decide within 2 seconds what's going to be happening. So if that first impression is really good, you have basically if approach is good, smooth, nice, you just say the right words at the right time, like, everything's perfectly calibrated, it's 100% of openings, and let you lose some girls, but it still stays very high. On the other side, you're a little bit creepy, nervous, your hands are shaking, you smell bad. Of course, you're giving her lots of reasons to reject you, and you're going to have more rejections happening because of that. So that's something you take care of. Pay attention to that. It's really easy way to minimize amount of rejections is taking care of how you look, of your first impression. The better you look, less rejections you will have, and of course the better your everything else, body language, your delivery of the words of the opener, how you approach, how you turn around, your smile, everything else. Give her all of that, put everything, all the puzzles together, and you'll have 100% opening, 100% of this kind of wow effect. The beauty of direct game is that
it's congruent with your emotions. It flows with your emotions. Like in indirect game, you are blocking your emotions. You don't want to show your attraction. Here, you are showing what you are feeling and you are verbalizing it. That's where the power is. That's why it feels so honest. It feels so good. It feels so natural to be direct. It is a natural game. And girls will appreciate that because they can feel you are honest. They can feel you are genuine. And this is the strongest part why direct game is so powerful, because it's in touch with your emotions. You are using your emotions for seduction. You are creating that chemistry between you and the girl. One more very important concept of direct game, and that is our rule number 5 of direct game. And it says, the more you like the girl, the better direct game works, the more attraction you're gonna get back. And it's really amazing concept, very simple and really amazing psychology behind it. So, if you don't like the girl, she can feel it. Like you go there with the words, but the words like empty, like croissant. It's just the words. Like, there's no emotions attached to it. There's no your attraction attached to it. Like you don't feel anything. And she can feel that. So you're coming to the girl that you don't like. It's gonna work so. Let's say you come to the girl and you're like, hey, I really like you. What's her name? It will work, but she can feel that that's not genuine. It's not truth. And of course, direct game, you're supposed to be honest and direct and very kind of clean with your emotions. And that's why the more attraction energy you have accumulated in your body, sexual energy for that girl that you like so better, the more you like her, the better direct game it will work. The more attraction you will get back. Why is that? It's very beautiful, very simple concept. So you come to the girl that you really like and you feel that energy that usually kind of you guys are being blocked by it. But actually when you come to the girl and you can deliver that energy. So your words are coming. You really like the girl and you're saying that. You're saying, you know what, I like you. I want to get to know you, or whichever version you are using. And then on basically words are flying there. What's following the words or going flying along with the words are your emotions. Your attraction, basically your emotions are flying. Your sexual attraction, your emotions are going there as well, and they are hitting her. So the more of that emotions you are basically projecting, the more of that is going to come back to you. The more basically it's going to create attraction on her side and it will come back to you. So, and that's the beautiful, this is where this kind of wave, the circle is happening. It starts. So you bring the attraction to her. She is amplifying it with her energy now, creating, going back to you. Now she likes you and now you like her more. And then this is basically this kind of wave of energy that I was talking before in a very first section, basically that you're kind of surfing now, that kind of huge ride, huge wave of this attraction energy between you and the girl. This is how it's created. And that's why the more you like the girl, the more attraction you have, the more you really like that girl, and you go there and you deliver that in a proper way without shaking, really kind of stable, confident way, and you're being honest, the more attraction in her body is going to cause, the more she's going to like it. And then basically that energy is going to go back to you, and then you send it back to her, and now you're looping this energy. And this is really beautiful, very simple concept. You can still do it on the girls that you don't like for a training or whatever you want to do with them. It's okay. But, I found it works the best when you actually like that girl. Really beautiful, really amazing rule number 5 of direct. And this would be all regarding the basics of direct game. I really hope you enjoyed watching this very long tutorial. And if you have any questions regarding this video or any questions regarding direct game, make sure you post them in the comment section below and I will make sure to read it. As well, if you want to learn direct game directly from the person who created it, then make sure you come to one of my trainings and I will make you the master of the rec game. See ya.